Scarlets, and I'm here chatting with the Rock Pit from Perth. To describe the Scarlets to someone who is unfamiliar with the band, I would probably say that generally if you don't like female-fronted bands or you don't like rock and roll, you're probably going to like us. And conversely, if you do like female-fronted bands and you do like rock and roll, you're definitely going to like us.
Schools, I gotta leave here. Small pond, closing in on me, yeah. Me, yeah. Ooh.
We first got together about 2 years ago. Nick and I had been talking for a while about starting a band, but we weren't entirely sure what we wanted to do, and still a bit, and then I went along with him to a jam session with some other guys, and I just heard all these amazing riffs that he was playing, and I was just like, far out, we have to start a band, we've got to do something with this. So we then started auditioning. We put a call out for drummers to audition drummers, and Lizzie was actually the first one we got in, and she just blew our mind. So we were just like, God, we got to get this girl because she's just such a good drummer. And then later came Petey. We had a few other guitarists before then, but he came along quite late in the band's development, just before we recorded Bombshell, and we were just astonished by his skill level and how good he was and how professional he was for someone so young. So yeah, we're really happy since we've had Petey in the band. Our intentions when we initially started the band was to sort of create something we couldn't find. Like, we hadn't found any other rock bands that had a really powerful front woman at the front with decent vocals that wasn't like and sort of, you know, singing about ex-boyfriends and, you know, all sorts of shit like that. Or on the other side, most of the female-fronted bands we came across were really sort of overcompensating and trying to jam their sexuality down your throat, or, you know, trying to be like, I'm such a dude, I'm so tough, and that just wasn't us. Like, the band is sort of an extension of ourselves, but also an amplification of ourselves. You know, we each have our own roles within the band, almost like, sort of like cartoon characters, and you know, the more you see the band, the more you see, you know, these characters start to come out. I know Lizzie's got a little sparkly Titan punk thing happening up the back. Petey's outfit, we originally sort of wanted him to have a sort of a similar look to one of Elvis's costumes in the 1968 comeback special, and but he lost his little red scarf somewhere on tour, I don't know. But yeah, Nick's got his sort of Doc Nason kind of thing. He's kind of like, he likes to think of himself as a bit of a punk rock Doc Nason. And my costume, I used to work as a model, and I was working for this designer at a L'Oreal Melbourne Fashion Festival called Dolly Q, and she's just amazing. And she put me in this outfit for the catwalk, and I nearly had a heart attack. I put this jacket on, and I was like, oh my God, and it was really comfortable, which for me is really bizarre because I'm so tall and lanky. I put this jacket on, it was so comfortable and it was so cool, and I came to her a little while later and I was like, look, can you make me some costumes for my band? And yeah, I basically got that same jacket cut in black denim with red, and then we got home and me, my mum, my sister and Nick all had a go and finally have like encrusted it in Swarovski crystals, and it's just the best thing. I love it so much. I think I'm just going to keep getting her to make me the same jacket again and again. The first time we played a stadium show was just absolutely incredible, and yeah, that was through a competition that was run by Australia's largest commercial rock radio station, Triple M. We won that through public vote, which was just astonishing because we were pretty much unknown at that point. We'd had relative success with our first video clip for Dirty Rock Baby, and yeah, when we won that competition, we just couldn't believe it, and it forced us to work really hard. We basically went in and saw the guys at the Wick in Brunswick and just locked ourselves in a rehearsal room for a week straight and just rehearsed till we couldn't even see. I think we even rehearsed on the day of the first show with Bon Jovi, and we were astonished at the feedback we got from it. Everyone was saying, you know, how comfortable we looked up there, which was a huge compliment, because it's one thing to be comfortable and look good in a pub with like 200 people. It's very different to get up on stage in an arena full of people who don't care who you are, who don't care about your music, who just want to see, you know, the headliner, and to to be able to really step up to the plate and just smash it like we did, I was really proud of us. We drew our inspiration for our first EP, Bleed House Down, mainly from a lot of the punk rock we were listening to at the time. We were listening to a lot of Misfits, a lot of Bad Religion, Social Distortion, NoFX. So that's sort of where the inspiration for the energy and the speed sort of came. And vocally, I was still sort of finding my way, but I think I did an alright job. Lyrically, I was doing a lot of throwbacks to fairy tales and stuff, which is terribly original of me. And yeah, mostly influenced by Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods, which I spent a lot of time watching the original Broadway cast on the old videotapes when I was a kid, and that sort of permeated my subconscious as far as lyrics are concerned. We recorded that one at Melbourne Records with Rem Parisi, who's just amazing. We basically brought these snotty little garage punk songs to him and was like, what can you do with this? And we walked out 5 days later. We only spent 5 days in the studio with these amazing songs that we were listening back to the final mix in the car going, holy shit, these sound like Triple M songs, which was really funny because within 12 months they were actually playing the songs on Triple M, which I just couldn't believe for an unsigned band to be getting radio play regularly on Triple M. Was just mind-blowing. Bombshell, inversely, we spent a lot of time trying to broaden our style, broaden our songwriting through that. We discovered and developed a great love for German punk rock, so a lot of influences from bands like Böse Onkels and Die Toten Hosen and Dervé, and basically anything, you know, we could grab our hands on coming from Germany or Scandinavia at that time. Really sort of was just like, wow, this is what we want to do. This is where we want to be with songwriting. So Nick now describes the band, and people say, oh, what do you guys sound like? He says, oh, we sound like Böse Onkels with a girl singer. And people look at him and go, who the fuck are they? But unfortunately, I find Australia is really sort of narrow-minded when it comes to non-English speaking music, which I think is a real shame because there's so much fantastic music out there that, you know, people miss out on. I mean, it's supposed to be the universal language, but it's like, if it's not English, I'm not listening to it, la la la, which is totally ridiculous because then, you know, you go to the biggest music festival in Australia, Big Day Out, and Rammstein are headlining, and it's like, well, what the fuck, you know, you'll listen to them, but you won't give these other bands a go, which I think is a real shame, and I think it'd be great if Australians open their minds a little bit more. The video for Bombshell we recorded with the same director who did Dirty Rock Baby. The main difference between Dirty Rock Baby and Bombshell is the budget. we had a bit more money to play with recording Bombshell, and we didn't want the hassle of having extras in a video clip, which can be really, yeah, a bit of a head fuck. So yeah, we decided we were just going to get our favourite lighting dude in, Swiss, who we get for most of our shows. He's just amazing, and he brought a whole bunch of lights in, and we filmed it, you know, in a great location, and we bashed it all out in one day. And by the end of the day, the room was so filled with smoke that Nick was passing out during his takes and stuff. It was out of control, but I think the video came out so well. And yeah, we watched the footage back and we just thought, God, this is unreal, but it really needs something else. So we found a local burlesque performer, Nicole Grigorek, and then we roped a local douchebag in named Gaz from a band called the Ramshackle Army. Fantastic Kelp punk band from Melbourne as well. So we roped them in, and we, you know, threw them in a room at Revolver, and we just went, you know, give him a lap dance, do your thing. Practically had to beg Gaz's girlfriend to let him do it, and I don't think she was too happy with it, but it's all good in the end. What can you expect from a live show? Energy, noise, sparkles, boobs, booze, and bass. And finally, a question that everyone has to answer the rock pit: what is the meaning of life? And I'm going to tell you 42. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. Thank you. I've been Nelli from the Scarlets, and I'll catch you guys in Perth very soon.